So according to metaphysics, the ego is often misunderstood as this thing that we have to fight or completely eliminate and get rid of from our reality. So let's talk about it and let's dive into what the ego really is and why the ego is actually a valuable part of our spiritual journey. Think of the ego as this guardian of your unique identity while you're here in this physical body. We're all just individual expressions of the one universal spirit, or what some might call the source of all energy. Think of it this way: science and physics sees particles as tiny little pieces of a vast energy field. And in the same way, we're all just unique sparks of that infinite energy. And this individuality lets us live in a world of contrast, like hot and cold, and light and dark, and love and fear, and here and there. And that's the law of polarity, where you have these opposites, right? The positives and the negatives. That's where we can experience life's ups and downs. And without ego, navigating this realm would be completely chaotic. In other words, we need our ego to function effectively. But here's the key: your ego is not your enemy. Only when your ego runs wild, that's when your ego dominates your thoughts and dominates all of your actions, and that's when the ego starts to really become a problem. You see, an out-of-control ego might make you feel isolated or superior to others, or constantly in competition. But when used correctly, the ego is a powerful tool for self-awareness. So how should you actually use your ego? Well, let your ego be the source of your sense of self, your unique essence and your beauty, while recognizing that same brilliance in others. But don't let your ego build up walls around you. Instead, use your ego to recognize that brilliance in everyone else around you so that you can end any illusion of being better than someone else. And that's going to help you foster better and deeper, more fulfilling connections with the other people around you. In essence, your ego is a lens, right? It helps you see your smaller individual self clearly so that you can grasp larger, unified self that connects us to everything. Your ego is not meant to keep you separate forever, but to heighten your awareness of the whole, okay? In other words, think of it this way. Imagine a candle trying to know itself while it's surrounded by the sun's brilliance, right? A candle with this little flame, this little light in the middle of the sun trying to experience itself. You can't experience yourself in the midst of yourself. That would be impossible. You can't experience light in the middle of bright light, right? You literally have to step into the shadows. You got to step into the darkness to appreciate your light, your glow. That's the whole reason why we experience this separation, this illusion of separation, to discover who we really are. So don't get angry at the darkness. Don't curse and get mad at challenges that life throws your way. Instead, be the light unto the darkness, right? Shine so brightly, not hidden away, but shine so brightly so others can see their light too, right? Be that reflection. That's the true function of the ego, nothing more and nothing less. You see, the ego is actually here to help us remember our unity through individuality. And so here's a pro tip to keep your ego in check. Next time you feel superior, or the next time you feel judgmental, pause, take a deep breath and ask yourself, what neat or loving things do I see in this person that's also in me? What do I see in this person that's also in me? And that's when you can get to this point where you can say, the light in me sees the light in you. And this simple reflection can shift separation into connection, making your daily interactions more harmonious and spiritually aligned. Now go out there, be that uplifter, lift each other up, smile, and always remember that true freedom is a state of mind.